Hi there, I'm Katie Killebrew, founder of Flow and Glow Skincare and Elevate Wellness, and I'm here to tell you all about aerial yoga. You may have heard of it, you may have not, but it's a new modality of yoga that's really stretching. It's stretching and using this silk as a prop to help you get deeper into poses where maybe you couldn't have accessed a pose before. So for me personally, I'm so grateful to find this modality of yoga because I have scoliosis and a lot of back pain. I have pain every single day, and my pain is alleviated with this aerial silk. It's a full decompression of the spine and the hips, chest opener. Just, it opens up every part of your body, and it's really gentle on your body. It's an amazing way to stretch. So if you have back pain or dealing with whatever injuries you're dealing with, this could really help. So I'm just going to demonstrate a few little moves for you today. So one move that I really like to do every single day in my aerial silk is I really just like to open up my backside body. So I just bring my arms through, and this is just a great way to be supported. And I bring my feet out onto an angle, and the aerial silk is just right here on my low back ribs, and then I'm just able to open up and take a nice chest opener and a slight thoracic spine bend. And then from here, I can put my hands underneath my neck, and I can experience some really nice side bending. Another really great stretch of the aerial hammock is a figure four, a hip opener. So figure four, supported figure four. So you're really letting gravity do all the work here. So I come into a figure four position, and I just hang out here for about a minute. And this is a great stretch for your hips. Really wonderful stretch for your hips. Change sides. Deep breathing, and just let gravity do the work. It's a little pull here. And then I'm just going to take the silk right over my head and do a wrist wrap here. Bring my hands together, and now I'm going to take my feet hip width distance apart, and I'm going to find a nice halfway lift position. This really is a nice way to extend the spine and the cervical neck. Our neck is just an extension of the spine, so really finding a nice straight spine here, a nice way just to let it, again, gravity do the work here, but I'm really extending through my fingertips. And then I'm going to start to sway back and forth, bending the knees slightly. And anybody can do this. These are movements that anybody can do. You can have this portable rigging if you want, or you can have an aerial silk hung up in your home, and we'll talk about that later. I'm going to do some cat-cows now. So inhale and arch the back, and then exhale and round. Inhale, arch the spine. I like to call this liquefying the spine. So important for us to move the spine in different directions every day. Inhaling and exhale. The next little motion that I love to do, our next position I like to do, is I really like to do a hamstring stretch. So I'm just going to place my left ankle into the aerial silk, to give it a nice reach up, inhale up, and then exhale down. And then again, you're going to hear me say, let gravity do the work here. So just, you can hang on to the silk, or you can just hang out here, and you can find a very nice deep stretch. I'm feeling this in my IT band, all in my hamstring. Stretching my low back out here. From this pose, I'm going to take a pigeon pose, a standing pigeon. One of my favorite poses as well. Well, they're all my favorite, but this is a great one. Again, a hip opener, and we're just going to take it forward. If we want to intensify the stretch, we can just come forward with it. And as you can see, I'm on one foot here. So I'm on the ground. So I'm constantly pretty much touching the floor in all of these exercises. So some people have a misconception that aerial yoga is way up here in the air and it's like a circus-like performance. This is really just about stretching, deep, deep stretching. We'll do the opposite leg here now. Roll it up, take it into pigeon pose. I'm going to show you a really beautiful restorative pose now. So this restorative pose is on your back. So I'm going to take my feet and put them in the aerial silk, and this really helps me adjust my hips as well. So I'm just going to sway back and forth here. Oh. And I'm just getting a nice gentle adjustment. You can make this silk lower if you wish, so make it to what feels good for you. This height feels good to me. This is also reversing the blood flow from my feet and my legs down towards my heart. I can pull out one leg and I can stretch. And now from here, I'm going to show you another move. This is one of my favorites as well. Like I said, there are so many amazing stretches, but this is called a hip hang. So I come down on my forearms, and again, I let gravity do all the work. I'm hardly working at all here. And you feel this deep hip flexor stretch right here. So I'm just going to take some nice deep breaths and just hang out. When I push my foot back, you're going to get a deeper stretch. So you can take this to any level. That's another thing that I really like about aerial yoga. You can stay here if you're a beginner and this is just enough of a stretch for you, or you can push it back and get a really intense deep stretch. I've been working with a lot of runners and bikers, and they love this modality of yoga. Before I switch to the other side, we're just going to do a one-legged dog. I'll do a little sit-up here, a little core work. back down. Now I have the hip hang on my left ankle, and you can sway back and forth to get a little mobility in the joint. So there's so many little exercises that you can add on. This is a great hip opener. And then you can come down for the hip hang onto your forearms, or you can stay right here. This will definitely increase the sensation, and then send your energy in your foot back behind you. And then just breathe here for several breaths. Up. Again, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of an ab workout. So I'm going to come to a downward facing dog, one-legged dog, and then I'm going to inhale and wave my spine forward to plank pose, and then lift my foot up. And here you can do a lot of different core work. This is working my right oblique. You can put both feet in the hammock and just work on your plank pose here. You can bring it in and out. And then we're going to come on down. I also just like to hang on the hammock and maybe take a nice little stretch back, little back bend here. And the yummy part of aerial yoga, the final pose, which if you come to my classes or you'll see more of my online videos, the Shavasana. This is called the floating Shavasana, which is absolutely heavenly bliss. It's like having your own little cocoon, your own little meditation space, and you can just lay out here and bliss out.